Imagine a fighter jet so advanced that it can adaptively change its engine performance mid-flight without the pilot lifting a finger. A jet that serves as the quarterback for a team of AI-powered drones, extending America's reach across vast oceans while staying safely beyond enemy missile range. Well, stop imagining, because the US Navy's F-A-20 is making this a reality, and it's absolutely revolutionary. In the worldwide race to build the first true sixth-generation stealth fighter, our Navy is surprising everyone by taking the lead. This isn't just another military aircraft. It's a complete reinvention of naval aviation that will determine whether American or Chinese carriers will dominate the seas in the 21st century. If you're proud of our Navy's technological leadership, type "proud" in the comments below. For decades, the US Navy has enjoyed unmatched dominance in naval aviation, but times are changing. China's aggressive naval buildup is challenging America's advantage at sea. Their new carriers and increasingly capable fighter jets mean our Navy needs something extraordinary to maintain its edge. That's where the F-A-20 comes in, a revolutionary aircraft set to replace the aging F-A-18EF Super Hornets sometime in the 2030s. But what makes this fighter truly special? Why are military experts calling it a game changer? And how will it ensure American naval dominance for decades to come? Let's dive into the fascinating world of next-gen.
This is the U.S. Navy's next hope, the F-A-XX. It's the silent guardian meant to patrol seas far from home. And why now? Because China is racing ahead. Deck-based fighter prototypes are already making test flights. If America lets its carrier jets age out without a successor, naval power risks fading from the Pacific stage. For decades, the Super Hornet and F-35C have kept our carriers safe. But those fighters are aging, and danger moves faster now. The Navy needs a jet that can strike long, stay hidden, and emerge ready. That's what the F-A-XX is meant to be, a stealthy, ocean-going air guardian built for the rough and distant future. Details are scarce, but clear. The F-A-XX will likely be stealth first, with a tailless design to vanish from radar. It may even fly without a pilot in the cockpit. Whichever version wins the day, it must fly undetected into enemy airspace and dominate there. It's more than a jet. It's a command node. Connected to fleets, satellites, and submarines, the F-A-XX will have real-time intel across the ocean and sky, deciding what to strike and when, faster than any human could. In 2025, the Navy got only $76 million, the bare bones, to keep F-A-XX alive. Meanwhile, the Air Force's F-47 soared ahead with $3.4 billion. Congress pushed back. A $1.4 billion request was added to Navy's wish list, and funding committees rushed to reverse the delay. This jet became more than a plane. It became a debate on America's future at sea. Boeing and Northrop Grumman are neck and neck for the F-A-XX contract. Some in the Pentagon argue we can't build both top-tier jets at once. But cutting the F-A-XX risks handing naval advantage to rivals. Navy leaders, lawmakers, and even CNO nominees say America needs both. Balance on land and sea begins here. China is already testing carrier-capable stealth fighters of its own. If America delays, those jets may rule the sea before the F-A-XX ever flies. This is more than a fighter race. It's about preserving naval power and protecting allies in the Indo-Pacific. Super Hornets will begin aging out in the 2030s. Without F-A-XX, carrier air wings risk losing modern punch. Every dollar diverted now makes reviving this program harder later. Congress knows. Delaying this jet could cost us the Pacific's future. The F-A-XX isn't just a plane. It's America's future on the water. As threats rise, this jet may be the difference between sinking into history and owning the horizon. Ready for the next contender? Say okay to proceed, and we move on to next jet.
aviation experts and official statements give us some clues about its design. Unlike our current fighters, the F/A-20 may feature what's called a tailless blended wing body or BWB design. This means the wings smoothly blend into the body without the traditional tail fins seen on most aircraft. Traditional fighter jets use vertical tails to help with steering and maneuverability. Even our fifth-generation fighters have these tails in a V shape to reduce radar visibility. However, these tails can still be spotted visually and by advanced radar systems. The F/A-20 may eliminate this vulnerability entirely with its revolutionary design. The air intakes will likely be tucked away and specially designed to prevent detectable sound patterns. Combined with the most advanced radar-absorbing materials, this will make the F/A-XX extraordinarily difficult to detect by any means: radar, infrared, or visual observation. Size-wise, the F/A-XX will probably be larger than the F-35, precisely to address the range and payload limitations. A larger airframe means more internal fuel capacity and bigger weapons bays. This isn't just about carrying more, it's about extending reach while maintaining the stealth profile that keeps our pilots safe. Several companies have released concept art showing their vision for the F/A-20. Boeing, Northrop Grumman, and Lockheed Martin have all presented sleek, futuristic designs that emphasize stealth, range, and versatility. To counter this, the F/A-20 will likely use advanced infrared search and track (IRST) systems. These sensors can detect heat signatures from enemy aircraft without emitting any signals that could be detected. It's like having night vision goggles instead of a flashlight. You can see without being seen. But passive detection is just the beginning. The F/A-20 will also feature powerful electronic attack capabilities, like radar jamming systems that can confuse or disable enemy defense systems. These electronic countermeasures make it even harder for adversaries to track our aircraft effectively. All this information will be processed through what engineers call a sensor fusion system, a sophisticated computer network that combines data from multiple sources into a clear, actionable picture for the pilot. Instead of checking different displays, the pilot sees an integrated view of the battle space, allowing for faster and better decisions. Perhaps most exciting is the potential integration of defensive energy weapons. For nearly a decade, the military has been developing built-in laser weapons designed to shoot down incoming missiles. The F/A-20 could be the first fighter to carry such a system, giving it an active defense against missile attacks that current fighters simply don't have. With all this amazing technology coming from the Navy, many people are surprised. For the last 3 decades, the Air Force has typically been at the forefront of fighter jet technology, with aircraft like the F-22 Raptor. When both services announced their respective NGAD programs, most expected the Air Force to lead the way. However, the Navy's F/A-XX program has maintained steady progress while the Air Force program has faced challenges. There have been reports of multiple redesigns in the Air Force program, causing some companies like Northrop to step away. These changes have led to funding problems and concerns from industry partners about constantly changing requirements. The Navy has taken a more practical approach. While no official contractor has been announced yet for the F/A-20, the program has maintained a consistent vision. This steady course has kept industrial partners engaged and confident in the program's direction. There's another important difference between the two programs. The Air Force's NGAD is focused primarily on air superiority, dominating the skies against other fighters. The Navy's F/A-20, by contrast, is designed to be a true multi-role fighter, capable of both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions. This versatility is crucial for naval aviation, where space on aircraft carriers is limited, and each aircraft must be able to perform multiple roles. The F/A-20 will be designed mainly for air-to-surface missions like long-range strikes and sea control, but will still maintain strong fleet defense capabilities. This balanced approach ensures the Navy gets the most value from each aircraft in its limited carrier air wings. No major military program exists without budget constraints, and the F/A-XX is no exception. Both the Air Force and Navy are working on several large projects simultaneously, putting pressure on their budgets and resulting in funding adjustments. Recent reports indicate planned spending on the FA-20 program was reduced to $3.3 billion, down 67% from the initial request of $10.3 billion. Lawmakers did vote for $450 million to be restored, but the final budget is still pending approval. These budget realities explain why the Navy appears to be taking a more practical approach to the FA-20 development. By choosing derivative-type engine solutions, rather than pursuing the absolute cutting edge in every technology area, the Navy can control costs while still delivering a substantial capability improvement over current fighters. This practical approach extends to the aircraft's intended role. By designing a versatile multi-role fighter, rather than specialized aircraft for different missions, the Navy maximizes the utility of each airframe while minimizing the overall fleet size needed to perform all required missions. The Navy has acknowledged the possibility of schedule shifts, but remains committed to balancing cost efficiency with advanced capabilities. This pragmatic approach increases the likelihood that the FA-XX will actually reach production without the delays and cost overruns that have plagued other advanced fighter programs. So when might we see this revolutionary fighter actually join the fleet? The Navy has indicated the FA-20 is set to enter service sometime in the 2030s, replacing the FA-18EF Super Hornet on carrier flight decks. This timeline allows for thorough development and testing while still addressing the urgent need to replace aging aircraft. The introduction of the FA-20 will mark a significant milestone in the evolution of naval aviation. By pairing the FA-20 with the F-35C Lightning II and the MQ-25 Stingray unmanned tanker, the Navy is creating a balanced, capable air wing ready to face the challenges of mid-21st century warfare. This mixed force structure combines the strengths of different platforms. The F-35C provides exceptional stealth and sensor capabilities. The MQ-25 extends the range of the entire air wing. And the FA-20 will add long-range strike capability with the ability to command and control unmanned systems, creating a force multiplier effect that dramatically increases the effectiveness of the carrier air wing. The success of the FA-20 program will have far-reaching implications for American national security. As stated in one of the articles, the success or failure of FA-20 will decide whether or not American or Chinese carriers will dominate in the 21st century. This isn't hyperbole, it's an accurate assessment of the program's strategic importance. The FA-20 represents far more than just another fighter jet. It's a breakthrough in stealth technology, artificial intelligence, data sharing, and unmanned systems. It's the culmination of decades of American aerospace expertise, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in military aviation. By addressing the key limitations of current fighter jets, particularly range and weapons capacity, the FA-20 will ensure American carriers can operate safely while still projecting power wherever needed. Its ability to serve as the quarterback for unmanned systems creates a force multiplication effect that will be crucial in maintaining numerical parity with potential adversaries who may field larger forces. The FA-20 demonstrates America's continued commitment to maintaining the most advanced and capable military in the world. In an era of increasing global challenges, particularly in the Indo-Pacific region, the FA-XX will ensure that our Navy remains at the forefront of aerospace technology, ready to defend our interests and values wherever they might be threatened. As we look to the future, we can take pride in knowing that American ingenuity and the dedication of our military continue to produce remarkable achievements like the FA-XX, keeping our skies, our seas, and our nation secure for generations to come. If you found this information interesting and valuable, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel for more in-depth coverage of military technology and national security topics. Your support helps us continue bringing you this important content. Thanks for watching.